So it was before dance. So like,
Okay.
Normally when people ask like when I started dance, for me it was 16 was when I sort of became a dancer. Like my mum has always been boy band heavy, like Take That, Boyzone, all of this. So that was always on in the house, so I'd always dance to it, and I love Michael Jackson. But like just like any kid, really, nothing like I'm gonna be a dancer.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to be like a rapper or a vet and things like that more than dance. Like I didn't even think of that. But yeah, 16 was when I sort of dance wise. So yeah, before, I think 14, 15, like
Okay.
just before.
So were you always kind of like a bit heavier as a kid?
Yeah, I was always like a chubby kid. Well, I say like always, I say junior school upwards,
Right.
then into senior school as well. And it didn't help that I was like one of the short ones as well. So obviously it looks worse.
Right.
And then, yeah, just got to a point of being like, all right, I need to do something. And my mum, what made
you say you need to do something?
Just like looking at friends and things like this. Like I wasn't happy with how I looked, and I was really enjoying basketball and rugby, and yet like I need to get fitter. Okay, like you can kind of get away with it in rugby because the weight can help in a sense, but like really now I would need to be fitter. Generally, I say most overweight kids is from the family. Like you look at the parents, and it's the same. So like like my parents were overweight, and then the things they would feed me when I look back now is like, of course, like we ate a lot of crap, and then like I would see my mum snacking on chocolate or crisps, and I wanted to snack on chocolate and crisps. So like it made sense. Like I just followed suit. So then Slimming World, a bit like Weight Watchers. Like I started going to one of those with my mum weekly.
So it was like a conscious decision at one point of like, right now I'm starting to lose weight.
I mean there was other times like my mum would go through diet stuff, so she'd be like making healthier food, or usually it was my stepdad making food, and then at one point it was like, nah, I want to do this. So I went to Slimming World with her weekly.
Okay, and just for context, like if you don't mind saying, like what sort of weight were you at this point?
What's where I was trying to think of it earlier, like
or were you more concentrating on like how it looked?
Yeah, it was more how I looked. Like I feel like 12, 13 stone.
Okay. At like what age?
14, 15. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Like I may be wrong.
But that's quite a like big decision for someone who's like 14 to be like, I'm about to like change my whole lifestyle. I guess it's fucking hard for me now. Like
yeah. Like I can't really ever think of exactly why, but like it was just one of those things. Just like
got to a point. Yeah. Okay.
And then the thing at Slimming World, I'm an Aries. I'm quite competitive. Each week, like you see how much you've lost, and you're trying to lose the most out of the group and things like that. And obviously, being a kid, I was being a lot more physical than the rest of the people in the group anyway. So like, I would usually be like one of the better like losers, or just that sort of thing just kept me going. Just being able to see it each week.
And did that like after you stopped doing that? How have you? Well, actually, what I was going to ask you is about is that at all related to your thing of being vegan? Was that to do with the weight loss, or that was just a separate?
No, decision? So that was much later. It did change my habits because, for instance, during Slimming World, like there's some tips they give. Like one of them was like to stop buttering bread. Okay, seems really random, but like, not that I made many sandwiches as a kid myself, but like I stopped doing that. So if I did make a sandwich or I did have toast, it would just be jam, not butter and jam, or like things like that, or just like ham, lettuce, tomato, rather than butter, ham, lettuce. And also eating crisps.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
I stopped eating crisps as well. Like even now, like I don't really like whenever someone's like, "Oh, do you want a crisp?" Like I've never really been into that. Like at Christmas, I'll eat Twiglets with the family, or nachos if I'm at like a Mexican place, but I don't really buy crisps in that sense anymore. Okay. And I guess that's all from then.
Right. So, but once the competition aspect wasn't there anymore, did you find it hard to like have a reason to think, or were you like?
Well, afterward, like I feel like I was never slim. Like even after I'd lost weight, like I was just like a normal. Like, and I've never been like that athletic. I was always kind of stocky. Like that's why like rugby was cool and things like that. But I was never like, right now you're slim, cool, you're done. Like
right.
So even
do you still feel like that now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like even after I finished, like, I never felt like, right, you're in a good shape. I just felt like, right, I'm better than where I was, and I'm just gonna be
Like I'm kind of happy with where I am now and not. But so is there stuff that you still find it hard to like manage those impulses now, or did the kind of competition, when you went through that competitive side of like, okay, I'm going to lose the weight and blah, blah, did those habits stay with you after and you didn't need to kind of concentrate on them?
Yeah, I guess it's all difficult. So I say like, I then started dance.
Right.
So
you were working out a lot more.
I was less wary after I finished. I was less wary about the food anyway. So I did go back to eating some crap. And my first actual job at 16 was in McDonald's, where every break they give you McDonald's food. So, but at that same time, I started dancing, and again, like from there, then circus school, and so my life became a lot more active anyway.